Hey guys, Drifter here. Today we're doing this intro a little bit differently because we're doing it live. We're going to be talking about the floating island today, some fan theories, and the handful of facts that we have available. Just days after the launch of the new season, which was again not that long after the end of the last event, the island has moved off of the center of Loot Lake and is now a floating island transversing around the map with being powered apparently by the cube and a tornado. I did get some questions about what happens now if you go into the vortex that was left in Loot Lake. So we're going to fly down, I'm going to jump straight into the hole, and we are going to find out as soon as my dragon glider will let me land. But this is kind of surprising. Wow, that llama is dangerously close down here. Poor little guy's in danger of getting sucked in, and a package is coming in. Wow, Playgrounds is very, very busy. But this is a little bit surprising to me. Wow, look at it go. Hold up. That just launches me right on out. It is a little bit surprising given that the last event just ended days ago and they're already moving the island and doing crazy stuff. Epic Games seems to have doubled down on map transformation and they want some sort of active thing happening every day on the map, some kind of engagement, some sort of community event, some shared experience that we can all talk about and of course share on social media to spread their game love. In recording this video, I came down to get the care package, opened it up, and surprisingly there was a spiky stadium inside. So I just kind of have to see what happens when we do various things to the hole here. I just want to get a good feel for it. So we're going to go and we're going to throw the spiky stadium. Actually, we're going to throw the regular stadium into the vortex. It kind of does. Let's see what the spiky stadium does. We're going to throw it right into the vortex and see what happens. Oh gosh. Apparently basically nothing. It's all underground. I think I glitched it out a bit. As for the island itself, it's basically unchanged. None of the loot around the sides or on top or anything is different. Even the big, huge dinosaur skeleton is still here. It appears to still be cube powered, and the tornado works identically. So for now at least, if you come outside Pleasant Park, you can take the tornado on up to the floating island. As for where it's going, by all indications, it's going to be heading right back to this rune location, and I assume it's going to do something there, something fun, and the general fan theory is that it's going to go in reverse order and go hit all of the rune locations that it hit last time in opposite order and get ready to activate something big on the map, something fun, something interesting, and I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be, but I do have my theories. So we're swapping over to a little post-dub commentary now, which should be obvious since I'm showing gameplay, but let's talk about some cube theories. I do think that the cube is going to go backwards and retrace its steps around the map, albeit this time instead of rolling around and destroying things, it's going to be carrying the island and the tornado with it. One very interesting thing is that the path that it takes, which is the old rune locations and the new shadow stone spawn or blight spots, actually form the image of a big cube when you look at them. I made this very high quality image in Microsoft Paint just now, but I connected all of the known rune spots and the final activation point on Loot Lake and the path of the cube as it is, and it seems to be tracing the path of a cube. I'll admit it's kind of an ugly cube. It's not the prettiest image, but it is very close, especially that bottom square looks really nice, and it's way too close to be accidental in my opinion. Also, as it would be very coincidental for this ARG, there are 8 points necessary to draw a 3D cube, and we have exactly 8 points here, so it lines up almost perfectly. Clearly, last time in my cube predictions, I was right about some things thanks to my background in math, and wrong about other things just because I was taking guesses. Last time I was wrong about aliens and dimensions, unless you count this as a dark dimension. If you want to count this as a dark dimension, then sure thing, I was right about dimensions. However, there does seem to be some sort of clever game going on here with dimensions, some sort of math pun that Epic is trying to push through, because as we've seen before, it's a 4-dimensional hypercube, and it traces a 3-dimensional cube onto a 2-dimensional map, and I don't know what that means it's going to do. Perhaps that's its time transform, because as we covered in the 4D video, we often think of the 4th dimension as time, and the easiest way to envision a 4D object is to project it into 3D and show the transform over time. So perhaps it's something like that. Perhaps it's going to spawn something big. Maybe it's going to make a big cube or prism. We don't really know, but I am pretty sure it's going to go to all the rune locations locations in reverse order, and each time it hits one, I bet it's going to land there for about a day and then do something. I have no idea what it's going to do when it activates, when it turns the spot on, when something happens. I assume, given the time of year and what we're doing with the Halloween, it's going to be spooky or ghost theme or evil or something like that. And then when all 8 of the points are activated, I bet there's another big map transformation, something breaks, something crazy happens, which should be about the end of the season. The season is only about 2 months this time around. It's a little bit shorter than the last season. Probably going to end very late November, early December, sometime around there, which would be just in time for Christmas, and it's a holiday change in the US. So Halloween and Thanksgiving kind of run together. They have this orange, ghostly harvest pumpkin kind of thing, and then it's going to swap over to Santa Claus and Christmas and snow and right proper winter. So I assume in about 2 months, when all of the runes are activated and we've got this sort of crazy 3D cube on the map, that something else is going to break and snow is going to come into the map, and I'm all ready for that. We need a snow biome. I think it would be super fun to have a frozen slippery lake, or maybe turn all the water slippery. They're just sliders instead of bounce pads. Something fun like that would be a nice add to the game, but that's all I'm going to speculate today. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.